Hi everyone, welcome to another My 5, and I think you know how this works, so we'll jump right in. So my green product this month is a safety razor, and I was actually kind of scared to switch to one of these at first because I don't know why, because they're really not scary or difficult to use at all. It takes a little bit of adjustments, but yeah, once you get the hang of it, it's super easy to use. And these are obviously a lot better than disposable razors because all they have is one blade that you need to replace, as opposed to like a whole plastic thing or the plastic heads. Now, I got mine from an antique store, and I'm not totally sure if I would recommend that because you have to be really careful about checking them out and making sure that there isn't any kind of rust or anything on the inside because it'll rust more if it gets wet and it can rust the blade. You can get them new as well. And the blades you can pick up in just small packages at, it seems like they're at most sort of drugstore kind of places, and you can also order them online. It does feel quite a bit different than the disposable razors because it is metal and doesn't have any sort of like nice cushions, or some of them have like soap around them. So that is a little bit strange to get used to. I haven't cut myself yet, so that's good. The only thing that is, I would say, a little bit more annoying is, again, to make sure that it doesn't rust if you're using it in the shower or somewhere where it's gotten wet. You just have to take the whole thing apart and just lay it out so that it can dry, so that there's no moisture kind of trapped in here. But I'm pretty sure if you get a brand new one, it would probably have some sort of rust protection or coating or something like that on it. But yeah, with this one, I do have to be a little careful. So it's a much more eco-friendly way to shave. And if you are scared of trying it like I was, don't be. It's really not that bad. Like I said, it takes a little bit of adjusting, but then it's really easy to use. The slow fashion brand I want to talk about is Wintervat. I think that's how it's pronounced. And this is a company that's based in the Netherlands, and they take old blankets and turn them into coats and jackets. I love finding companies that upcycle materials. It's not only incredibly sustainable to use something that already exists, but I think it's really an interesting creative process to figure out how you can use existing materials. And it means that their coats and jackets are also really unique because there isn't a lot of that material, and sometimes there's just only one coat or jacket that can be made from that blanket. They have some really beautiful patterns and colored coats, and yeah, I just think it's really cool what they're doing. So the book I want to talk about this month is The Curated Closet by Anushka Rees. And I think this book is fantastic and really recommend it to anyone who is trying to develop their personal style and really build a wardrobe that reflects your style and works well for you, because it's got a ton of really good tips and exercises to get you thinking about the kinds of clothes that you really like to wear and that are actually appropriate for your lifestyle and what you do and that you just feel good in. And it walks you through all kinds of different things in this book and has you answer questions. She talks about not worrying about trends or what kinds of clothes are right for your body type or your coloring, and just really finding clothes that you love. And she also addresses a bit about conscious shopping and looking for pieces that are good quality and that are going to last you a long time. So I had pretty high hopes for this book because I absolutely love her blog Into Mind, and it didn't disappoint. I love her approach to style and building a wardrobe that you love. It's very similar to the way I think about style and building wardrobes and capsule wardrobes. So if you're kind of at that stage of really wanting to work on your wardrobe and maybe focus and develop your personal style, I think this is a fantastic resource. So the new thing I learned this month is about chemicals in clothing. Now for the month of September, Huffington Post, their Reclaim project, which focuses on like waste and environmental, sustainable kind of living, they've been focusing on the fashion industry. And there's a ton of really great articles there. I will include a link below to it if you want to check them out. And one of the articles is about chemicals in clothing. Now I was familiar with some of this from the Greenpeace Detox Report, which looked at various major brands and tested their clothes for different kinds of chemicals, but I hadn't really thought about it a whole lot. And so reading this article, there were two things in particular that really kind of stuck out to me. And one of those was phthalates, which are the chemicals that I'm sure a lot of you guys and I try to avoid in products like shampoos and other beauty products. And they are apparently fairly common in waterproof clothing, raincoats, and also synthetic leathers. And the other one is nano silver, which is found in athletic wear, and it's used as an antimicrobial kind of thing in like socks and different kinds of clothing that can get odor and bacteria basically, and it's used to kind of protect against that. And that apparently also has some suspected links to different issues. It wasn't super conclusive, and I don't know a ton about it, but it basically said it's something to potentially be aware of. Now, chemicals in clothing is such a difficult thing because there's no real way of knowing what the clothing was dyed with or treated with. It's not on any sort of labels. There really isn't a lot of information and transparency in the fashion industry about that kind of stuff. But there are a few things you can do. One of them is generally avoiding synthetic materials, and especially avoiding anything that's treated with like stain repellents, flame retardants, anti-static, anti-wrinkle. Those tend to be a chemical treatment that can be Teflon or formaldehyde, or yeah, there's all kinds of different things that they use as treatments on the outside of fabrics. So I would say avoiding any of those. And then of course, sticking with natural fibers, organic fibers, looking for companies that use low impact dyes. Those can also be good ways to avoid some of those nasty chemicals. The YouTuber I want to share with you is Allie, and her channel is Allie Cherry, and she makes videos about capsule wardrobes, home videos, DIY videos, vlogs, all kinds of things, and her videos are beautifully filmed and really creative. She has an awesome sustainability focus and likes shopping secondhand, and just seems like a really sweet and nice person. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking out her channel. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and a huge shout out to those of you who are supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, you can click the button right down there and get notified when I upload new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.